We will have the Lucy stock market update with Lina right here, where she just gets to give us an insight or rather updates on how the market has been performing. Lina, good morning.
Morning, David. How are you?
Well, I'm great.
Good.
How are you?
I'm good. It's a Monday.
It's a Monday.
We're back at it again.
I hate Mondays.
Begin to love them. As we said, it's a good time for opportunity, and it's a good start to, or a fresh start rather, to the week. So enjoy Mondays.
I'll start to learn how to enjoy Monday.
I'm sure. Hopefully with the stock market news every day, every Monday, you get to enjoy Monday.
Definitely. Let's run us through the numbers, please.
Let's see. So last week was a little bit slower than previous weeks. So we got to turnover. Turnover was 5.2 million kwacha. The week before, it was way more than that. So there was a decrease from the previous week. Volume as well dropped to about 775,000 shares, plus minus. That's about an 89% drop from the previous week. But then the number of trades, not so bad. The drop was very, very small, 0.2%. So the number of trades are still okay on the market. It was consistent, maybe just in terms of the value of the shares that were traded, where it was a little bit lower. It was lower than the previous week. We have our companies which were significant in the past week. So we have Standard Chartered and CEC in terms of driving the market activity which happened on the market. So Standard Chartered accounted for about 25% of the total amount of turnover, and also on the volume of shares traded, they were about 60% of the shares traded were in Standard Chartered. And then CEC as well contributed with 30% of the turnover, the value of the shares which were traded. Zanaco as well and CEC made 9% of the total volume of shares that was traded on the market. So our all-share index, though, despite a slow week, it gained by 0.22%. So we're at 20,567.92 points. So we're moving again. Remember, we were celebrating 20,000. We're at 20,567.92 points. So we're also now going in the direction of 21,000 points. So again, still something to look at, that we are still a growing market. We haven't stopped growing. And also, just to note that even though the week was slower in terms of the values of the shares that were traded, in terms of the volumes, it's also a good opportunity for people to come onto the market. It doesn't mean that because it was slightly slower, it means we should run away. No. There's still quite a lot of opportunity, depending on which stocks you're interested in and depending on which sectors you're looking at. There's still a lot of opportunity to invest on the market. Then also, just in terms of price movements, who went up and who went down last week. So Standard Chartered Bank stood out with a significant gain last week. They jumped up by 12%. So it has it's improved its momentum in terms of moving upward. Downside was Zambif. They declined by 25% down in the past week. So there are a lot of factors at play, and a lot of us would, if we're being very aware of what's happening in the news or what's happening around us, some of these share prices can be affected by what's happening around us. So it's always a good thing for you to keep your ear close to the ground, hear what's happening in various sectors. That does also affect, as I've mentioned in the past, how investors then trade on the market. But still a lot of opportunity, David. We're not going to... the market goes up and down.
Indeed, don't run away.
Do not run away. It's something which does, but we've seen over time, over years of investing on the market, over years of watching the market and monitoring, it's always only gone upwards. So there are ups and downs in betweens, but overall, the market drives upwards. So those are my statistics for this week. David, have we moved on the application and on buying shares?
We're making strides. At least we registered the account. I think it's heading there.
Good. Okay, so we've registered. We've done some registration. So from then on, once the registration is complete, then the account will be opened. And once it's open, then you can start to trade on the market. So we'll keep watching you step by step. Everybody's watching you. So no pressure.
No pressure. I mean, I'm here. I'll be used as an example.
Yes, please. Yes,
the time I'll be eating nice food here, and I'll be like, this is from the shares that I got.
Exactly. No, that's the way to go. But that's it from my update. I wish you all a happy Monday and keep trading. Don't stop trading.
All right, that was Lina with stock market update. We do take a short breather to come. We'll continue with the program, so stay tuned.